It's my pleasure to talk to you today about the Rnetwork's revolutionary compensation structure. I've been in this industry for over 30 years, and I think we'd all agree that it's time for a better way. And that's what you'll find here as we go forward. This revolutionary compensation plan is the easiest, most compassionate, most profitable, most incentivized, lowest cost, simplest, easy to maximize plan on the planet. Now, I know that that is a huge claim, and as you stick with me here, I'll try to explain why I feel that way. Before we get started, though, I'd like to have you just stop and think for a second. The Rnetwork has products and services that will disrupt the market and change banking and shopping as we know it today. This has happened a few times in our lifetime. First with a computer in every home, and then with our smartphones that absolutely changed the way we do almost everything today. And what happens when we combine these kinds of state-of-the-art, cutting-edge technologies with this revolutionary compensation structure? Well, I believe that we have something that's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It all starts with our personal enrollment network, your PEN, that's made up of those you personally refer and enroll. And we combine that with this 3x10 team building structure. Now, you might believe that you know how this works, but believe me, this is like nothing you've ever seen before. This is a true team effort that's built from the efforts of those above you and below you, as well as your own. But you don't get a free ride here, as this team building structure just automatically fills. Every person that you enroll as a charter member unlocks another tier of compensation for you. So let's take a look at what that looks like. There you are. You come in and get started as a charter member. And before you can even really begin to share this with others, people start flowing into your team building structure from above you. But you can't be paid on that first level until you refer your first person, and that unlocks that first tier. And then when you enroll your second person, you've now unlocked the second tier, and you can receive compensation on all of the different earnings that come into this team building structure by everyone on these first two tiers. Now, as you refer your third person, doesn't matter where they fall, now you can begin to earn on the compensation of all the people that are now down on your third tier, some of which have been brought in by the people above you, and some have been brought in by your own team members. But your structure is filling, and this process continues all the way down through 10 different tiers for a total of 88,572 people. But remember, you're not doing this alone. It's truly a team building structure. And you can lock arms with about 10 people that you truly want to work with and help them as they get their 10 people. And this structure will fill faster than you really would ever believe imaginable. And when you enroll just 3, you actually will be earning more in compensation than what you're paying out in that $38. So that's great. We call referring 3, and it's actually better than free because you're also going to be earning by saving all of the money that you save using the app and any monies that you earn in the reward center. So 3 is better than free. And when you enroll 10, just 10, you unlock all of the tiers of the compensation structure, and you can receive all of the different founder bonuses that are available to us right now too during this pre-launch period. So 10 in your PIN and you win. This structure fills from left to right and then right to left. So as you bring in these first people on the first level, the computer fills them into the first position, and it fills first left to right, go down to the second tier. Now it's filling right to left, go down to the third tier and it's filling left to right, and so on and so on. This ensures that this structure is fair and balanced, and no one is receiving more than their share of all of this activity that's happening as the structure fills. There are multiple sources of income coming into this team building structure, so multiple ways to earn. The first being when a charter member pays that $38 per month membership fee. $20 is paid up the team building structure to those who are qualified to receive. And during this special pre-launch, there's an additional $5 that will be paid out in a founder bonus to those who qualify. The second way is when members make their purchases with their Revv Card or the app. Up to 1% of each purchase pays into the team building structure, and some special merchants even pay up as high as 3%. So when the members are out there either swiping their card or possibly shopping online, a percentage of that purchase will flow up into the team building structure, and you can earn on that if you're qualified. The third way is really amazing. When members paid their mortgage with the Revv Account Bill Pay, 1% of that pays into the TBS. We all have mortgages to pay, and isn't it amazing now that we can earn on a piece of that for the members who choose to participate? Also, when members do activities in the reward center. So we'll have a reward center where people can go and do these activities and earn some additional income, and a portion gets paid into the TBS. And finally, when members purchase their Revv Card, $10 paid into the TBS. And there's many additional sources of revenue to come. So this is really exciting when you look at all the ways that we can earn. Every time monies come into the team building structure, the computer looks for 10 people to pay. It asks two questions. Is this an active member, meaning have they paid their $38? And secondly, are they qualified to receive on this tier? Have they personally enrolled enough people to unlock this tier? So let's take a look here, and let's say that somebody down on tier 10 swipes their card and makes a purchase. The computer looks up right above them in tier 9 to that person and says, is this an active member? Yes. Have they sponsored at least one person to earn in that first tier below them? Yes, and so that person would be paid, and then the computer goes up one tier and does the same thing, asking this second person here in tier 8, is this member active? Yes. Have they sponsored at least 2 people so they can earn down 2 tiers? If the answer is yes, then they receive a portion of the compensation. And then we move up to tier 7 and it asks the same question. Is this member active? Have they sponsored at least 3 people? If the answer is no and they have not yet sponsored that third person to unlock that third tier below them, then they would be skipped and the computer would move up to the next person above them. So you would be able to possibly earn down below 10 levels in this network if somebody's passed up along the way, if not everybody has sponsored their 10 people. So there's a huge potential to earn. And that person that was skipped over will receive some information showing exactly how much money they've had to forego because they have not yet enrolled enough people to earn down through those tiers. So a really amazing piece of this compensation structure. Now let's take a look at really more specifically how this gets paid out. Of the $38 charter membership fee, $20 is paid into the team building structure. This structure is designed to get people into positive cash flow as soon as possible. So on the first through the third personally enrolled members, $10 is paid out to the enroller, and the other $10 is paid out, $1 each to 10 people in the network. On the fourth personally enrolled and anyone else in this entire structure's fourth and beyond, $2 is paid out to 10 different people in the network. So you would receive $2 on each one of those. In addition, during this founder period, charter members who have personally enrolled 10 people during the pre-launch up through January 6th will receive an additional bonus. 5 additional bonus dollars will be paid out to 10 levels of founders, or an extra 50 cents on each tier. This is going to add up to some very exciting money as your structure fills. So here you are at the top, and you'll note that anyone you personally enroll is shown in gold, and those who have been enrolled into your structure by somebody else, somebody above or below, will be shown in blue. So here you are, and you enroll your first person, the gentleman right up here. And if no one else has already filled this position, he would be placed in this first position in the first tier. And when he enrolls, you will receive $11. $10 because he's one of your first 3, and $1 because you can now be paid on your first tier. Now you enroll your second person. And regardless of where they fall in your team building structure, you receive $11 again, and your third person also pays you $11. Now you're receiving enough to cover your $38 monthly fee just from your commissions, and doesn't even really include all the money that you can be saving using the app or with the rewards program. Now as your second row starts to fill in from the efforts of your new team members and those above you, your first person enrolls one person. And what does he get? He gets that $11. And because he's one of his first 3, you will receive $1. As he enrolls his second and third, you will also receive that $1. And you can see that there. Now, as you enroll your fourth person, you earn $2, and $2 on everyone else you enroll. But look who else gets $2. That person in that number 3 position that you enrolled. Since your first level is now full, the first open position was under that number 3 person, and so they're qualified to earn on that level, and they will receive $2, as well as 8 more people up above them will all receive $2 as long as they're qualified. The same is true on your 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th personally enrolled. You will earn $2, and the 9 people directly above them will also earn $2 as long as they're qualified. Remember, the computer is looking to see if they're active, meaning they paid their $38 and have enrolled enough people to unlock that tier. As you will notice, your second level starts filling from right to left in the next available position. So those lucky first 3 that you sponsored are beginning to have their structure filled by your efforts, those above you, and their own. As it continues filling from left to right and then right to left in the next available position, it fills the structure in a fair and balanced way with everyone helping one another. Now let's take what we've learned so far and take a look at a little projection. This is an earnings example, and remember there are lots of variables here and there are no guarantees. This is just looking at the math. But when we look at the power of this team building structure and the money that's flowing through it, the numbers get very exciting. So let's just take a little look. Now let's suppose that you have 10 in your pen, 10 people that you've personally enrolled, but let's use a conservative example and say that everybody else only has 3 that they've enrolled. Let's say you have about 10 members, account members, who are just customers coming in and using the services. And we'll also assume that about $500 is spent with that Revv debit card. Now we know that in reality people are spending much more than $500 a month on their debit card, aren't they? But at least let's use that conservative example. And remember the mortgage piece? Let's assume that just 20% of the people in the structure are paying their mortgage through this bill pay, and only about 20% of the members are participating in that rewards program, and they're only earning $50 a month. Now, we know that the goal is $500 or more, but we want to take a look at a very conservative example so that you can see. So take a look at these numbers. It gets totally mind-blowing. And I know you might not see where you could ever fill this big of a structure, but believe me, with the help of the people above you and below you and your own efforts, this is very doable. But even looking down here, this is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth level, 243 people. Very doable by just locking arms with a few people and each of them qualifying down through those 10 levels, and take a look all the way over here at what the cumulative total is. Exciting, exciting numbers. And just think, as more and more people begin to use this technology for more and more of their shopping, these numbers would just continue to grow. So very, very exciting. Timing and positioning are crucial during this pre-launch. Entire companies are coming on board in the very near future, and you can cash in as they help to fill your TBS. So definitely get any of your remaining questions answered. Don't let this be another opportunity where you look back and say, you know, I had the opportunity to get involved in the very beginning of that company for only $38. I wish I would have known then what I know now. Think of those other companies and those other opportunities that maybe you've missed in your life. Don't let those pass you by. Mark Twain said, in 20 years from today, you'll be more disappointed by the things you did not do than by the things that you did. Explore, dream, and discover. There's never been a company with this kind of technology and this kind of team building structure for a compensation plan. Get back to the person who directed you here and get signed up today.